You know what it's like to face surveillance for your work. What do you make of what Friedman's outlining there? Aren't we already there?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, Thomas Drake, the NSA whistleblower, from a few years ago, who still is, fighting to keep his reputation intact because of the smear campaign against him, wrote a brilliant op-ed the other day for the Guardian newspaper, where he was talking about how this metadata is a gold mine, and that the current system requires citizens to just simply trust this massive bureaucracy largely made up of employees of private corporations. So Thomas Friedman, as usual, is sort of living in la-la land with his ideas about how the world works, and he should stop hanging out in taxi cabs and talking to concierges and actually listen to the whistleblowers who are coming forward and really painting a pretty devastating picture of an out-of-control national security state. I mean, we have gotten to such a degree in this society where elected officials are effectively conspiring with the executive branch to create an infrastructure where our privacy is very much in the crosshairs. And those of us that are doing sensitive work, particularly on national security issues, I think have great reason to be concerned about the level of monitoring and surveillance going on, not just of metadata, but also intruding on the actual emails and communications of journalists and whistleblowers. I mean, this White House is trying to create a policy where it only wants official leaks. We have WikiLeaks and we have official leaks, and they want the official leaks to pretty much be the only information that journalists have access to, and that really undermines the very notion of a free press and a democratic society. We have to, as journalists, be able to talk to individuals who work in the government bureaucracy independent of their sort of paymasters to understand, particularly when there are constitutional rights abuses that they're alleging, as I think many of these whistleblowers have indicated. And Barack Obama, I think, is trying to sort of say to people, well, I would never do this. But he's created an infrastructure where if you have someone like a President Jeb Bush or Marco Rubio or, God forbid, a Sarah Palin in office, what are they going to do with that very same surveillance state? So I feel like we're at a crucial moment in our history where if we don't hold the line and assess how far we've allowed our liberties to be eroded in the name of security and realize that we're operating entirely out of fear and allowing this massive, and I have to emphasize this, massive privatized intelligence state. These are private corporations that are having access to the most sensitive national security information that in the possession of the United States government and access to the metadata of tens of millions of Americans on a daily basis. This should be an utter scandal in this country.
You have to just keep hammering away. I mean, I think the point is that, our job is to continue to reveal when the government is lying. And it becomes, in a way, easier and easier to do the more the government lies. And the reason the government can lie is because everything's kept
They're doing us a favor as journalists. More stories to break.
There's no doubt. And I suspect there'll be lots more to come. Because, that's been the problem with President Obama. President Obama talks the talk, but he doesn't walk the walk. He makes magnificent speeches. Let's take the example of Guantanamo, for example. But now in Guantanamo, we have 100 people on hunger strike who are being force-fed, even though President Obama has the power in order to return them to their homes because many of them are cleared for release.